We're at the business end of the OFC Futsal Championship Invitational 2013. It's the first semi-final, Malaysia versus Tahiti. And an exciting game in prospect. We can't wait to bring it to you. And first of all, we observe respect for the national anthem of Malaysia and then Tahiti.
And now, the national anthem of Tahiti to be.
Well, the vocal Tahitian support is here to give Hey Tapu Hunters team the backing that they'll need to overcome Malaysia, who have been in top form throughout this tournament. And it's the moment that all players and all coaches dream of, getting to finals. They will tell you that making and losing a final is a difficult prospect, but it's probably even worse if you lose a semi-final. And Tahiti are within touching distance of a final, but they've got such an enormous task in front of them. You can see there that Tahiti finished second in the group. They lost 2-0 to Australia. It was a real tactical joust, with the Tahitians making sure that they were difficult to score against. They're going to adopt the same approach today. You could see that Malaysia have the return of Abu Hassan and Shamsul Zamri to boost their ranks. And for Tahiti, Teva Duro, the goalkeeper, who missed out yesterday with an ankle injury in the match with the Futsal Roos, is restored to the lineup. So whether or not that injury limits him, we shall see. The starting fives: Razali, Abdul Qadir, Hassan, Mohammed and Zamri. For Tahiti, Tino, Tufa, Kaiha, Duro and Pukoki to start the game. Rex Kamusu takes control of this one. Yanot Dean and Chris Sinclair of Fiji and New Zealand will be refereed 2 and 3, with another New Zealand official, Campbell Kirkwar, in his role as timekeeper. I'll be describing the action for you, as I have been all through this tournament. Alongside me is Paul Tui, the resident OFC Futsal expert. He's got a hunch as to how this game might just pan out. And Paul, what do you think?
Well, I've just got a feeling about this Tahiti side, Gordon. Malaysia have lit up the tournament with their lovely technical play, but one thing we've noticed about Tahiti is their ability to defend and frustrate. And yeah, I think they're in with a chance, Tahiti. If they can continue this approach and attack with counter-attack with precision, it's going to be difficult for Malaysia. So we'll see how the game settles down. Expect Tahiti to play deep in their own court, let Malaysia have the ball, and then we'll see from there. But an intriguing matchup for sure.
Only one player missing for Malaysia. That is Muzaddin Modharis. He's listed as injured on the start sheet. So we're underway, and Malaysia have their work cut out against a Tahitian side that defend in numbers. They defend with discipline. Zamri. Expect a lot of that this evening from Malaysia. Razali gets his first touch of the game, the Malaysian skipper. Abu Hassan. Shamsul Zamri. Abu Hassan. Mohammed takes a shot. It hits Alexis Tufa. Away by Tevari Kaiha. Well, we discussed this tactical approach yesterday against the Futsal Roos by Tahiti. It is what you might at first glance describe as a negative or a containing approach, but it comes at a high degree of risk. When you're sitting so deep in your own D, you do, of course, invite teams to attack, and a futsal court is so small, gaps do appear.
Yes, we can expect plenty of shots from Malaysia, but Tahiti won't mind that. They'll fancy themselves to be able to block a lot of the shots. What will be interesting is to see if Malaysia can get that movement in the final third that will trouble the Tahitians. Yesterday Australia played a patient game against them. They ended up winning 2-0. One of the goals was a bit fortunate, but they took a very patient approach, Australia. We'll see how Malaysia try and break this this deep defensive block.
Pukoki. That was high risk. They're looking for Motetino as the pivot. But Malaysia were pressing high. They were trying to stop that long ball, that outlet ball to Tahiti's main goal threat. Expect it to be cagey. Expect it to be cat and mouse.
Just changing angles, Tahiti, to protect those uprights.
Interested in watching Tevaduro's mobility there. There's a shot. Oh, it's a goal! Tahiti have the first goal. Motetino.
Magnificent turn and finish. We've talked about pivot play all week, Gordon, and there's no better example than that from Tino.
Motetino with a shot and a half. Abu Hassan didn't have a chance. Firdaus Razali never even saw it. Tahiti lead by 1-0 inside the first 2 minutes. This is a new feeling, a new sensation for Malaysia. Mohammed. Played wide, Abdul Qadir. Shot straight at Duro. He's very limited in his movement, Paul. Now Tahiti can break again. That's a good ball from Tufa. Pukoki couldn't get the ball out of his feet. Now the counter-attack from Malaysia.
Yeah, look how quickly Tahiti get back into position.
Far too early to talk about an upset, but it certainly brought this game to life. Pukoki through the legs of Zamri. And a good shift put in by those three Tahitian players there. Replacements, Antoine Tave, Matana Bea, and Michel Maihuri.
Yes, and 24 hours ago, Duro was getting around the stadium on crutches. You're right, he's not very mobile, but
he perhaps doesn't have to be in many respects. I would, if Tahiti played a different sort of a game, maybe he would do.
Yeah.
We saw how often Glendon Massai had to come running out of his goal in the match we just saw between Vanuatu and Solomon Islands, simply because of the way his team attacked. That shot straight at Duro from Modbaring. Oh, it's in the back of the net, a mistake by the man who scored the goal.
Yes, he shaped to go long and then he just pulled the ball inside, and fortunate for Malaysia, but a high-risk strategy playing in your own D. I wouldn't have picked 2 goals this early in the game, Gordon. Perhaps 1.
Oh, this is a good run. And this is in the back of the net for Tahiti. Michel. No, sorry, it's Jacob Tutavai. Incredible stuff.
Great run by Tino.
Razali got caught out completely, the Malaysian keeper.
Well, very effective on the break, Tahiti. Yesterday against Australia, they weren't always able to, break with precision and speed, but twice now they've got away. And Malaysia, who are very quick with their transition to get back and defend, amazingly, they've been caught out.
Interesting conversation I had with Dave Payne yesterday of New Zealand football, the futsal development man, and he said in a discussion with Australian coach Stephen Knight that Knight felt Malaysia would dominate New Zealand and give them a bit of a beating, and he said, don't worry mate, I think they could do that to us. Well, it puts it in perspective when you see Tahiti 2-1 up against Malaysia.
Yes, I'd fancy the Malaysian side against Australia as well for various reasons, but I think it shows, you know, teams playing against different teams, you can get a different result than you would expect. After watching Solomon Islands earlier today, it's hard to see how New Zealand tore them to bits. But it just comes down to level of organisation. If you sit deep and are well organised in defence, you know, you can nullify a lot of the attacking prowess of teams like Kuru.
Yes, Farahia, there's a real spring in the step of the Tahitian side. You can see they've lifted a couple of notches in their body language. They're all encouraging one another.
Well, I said 2-1 Tahiti downstairs when the boys in the technical study group asked me what I thought, but I didn't mean after 4 minutes, Gordon. It looks like there could be plenty more to come.
Yes, and how will Malaysia react? We shall see. Abdul Kadir. Ambia, the shot. Good save by Duro, couldn't hold it. Oh, he grabbed the second one. That looked bound for the back of the net. Khalil Modbarin. Can't believe it. He shakes his head. Look at this. It's Modbarin, and the save at the second time of asking by Duro was spot on.
And a different approach from Malaysia to this deep defence. They've got 2 men either side, quite wide. Australia yesterday favoured often having 3 on one side and 1 on the on this near side. And so far, I think for Malaysia, it's been effective. Tahiti looked vulnerable for me today, Gordon. They looked less vulnerable against Australia yesterday.
Well, that is going to be key for Heitapu Hunter to just try and keep his players' feet on the ground, because at the moment they're knocking the ball around like world beaters, and some of that defensive shape, as you rightly point out, is compromised in the process. That might not exactly throw Malaysia off their stride either, to see Tahiti trying to sling the ball into space and take them on. It just means that there are going to be gaps that open up.
It's the willingness of the fixer to move and cut across the front of the Tahiti defence that we're seeing today too, and it was a bit different. Australia were a little more conservative yesterday, but it paid off.
Oh, Farahia's shot was on target. It hit Abu Hassan on the inside of the right leg. That was poorly done to put Tahiti in trouble. Tavari Kaiha was the guilty party. Nizam Morali. Abu Hassan. Khairul Modbarin straight into Motitino. 13 minutes and 33 seconds to go. Malaysia 1, Tahiti 2. Nizam Wadeli runs into Alexis Tufa. Well, in discussion with one of the delegates from the Tahitian squad, he pointed out to me that this is a Tahitian side for whom futsal is, and has boosted the self-esteem of these players, not only on court but off court, because for the vast majority of these players in red representing their country, they are unemployed for the most part, and futsal offers them some degree of hope, a chance to forget their routine daily problems in a country with a population of only around 200,000. Jobs are scarce, but they're doing a fine job here for their country at the OFC Futsal Championship Invitational semi-final. They lead Malaysia by 2-1. Shot from Khairul Modbarin was never going to beat Motetino. You can see here the tactic preferred by Heitapu Hunter, the Tahitian coach. Abu Hassan. That's a good run by Mod Ali. Duro decided he had to come and play a part there. He won't have liked giving that ankle a workout. Corner for Malaysia. Motetino impervious to the pain of that shot taken by Khairul Modbarin. Here is Modbarin again. Abu Hassan. Ambia. Hassan. All Malaysia for now. Good turn by Modbarin. Tahiti, look at that, the physical difference between the two sides. There was nothing illegal or unfair about that challenge. Modbarin certainly didn't like it. Look at this. Anapa Chung for Tahiti. He's poised like a boxer. Malaysia have a conundrum, a puzzle to try and grapple with. How to unlock this Tahitian defence. Oh, and Chung got that all wrong, I'm afraid. Well, Duro's forced into a save, and the Tahitians remonstrating with each other. They lost their concentration for a moment.
Yes, they were disorganised there for and uncharacteristic as well, Gordon, and lucky not to be punished.
Clipped into the pivot, Tino. Matanabea. Motetino. Nice pirouette back to Matanabea. They're looking to get it long to Jacob Tutavai. Pukoki got the depth perception of that pass wrong. He came short to receive it. If he had stayed where he was, it would have cleared over the top of Nizam Mod Ali. Mohammed. Fawzul Mohammed. Abu Hassan. Oh, and there's a dive there, and the numbers were in favour of Malaysia. Fawzul Mohammed was at the far post of the goal frame, and it was travelling. He didn't have a chance to take a touch and maybe whip it into the back of the Tahitian net. Duro with a toe poke forward. Tahiti shape compromised for the moment. Now reset. Oh, through the legs of Duro. That's a clever finish by Fawzul Mohammed. His second goal of the game. Malaysia 2, Tahiti 2. Clever ball by Abu Hassan, and Fawzul Mohammed was unmarked. He got between Jacob Tutavai and Usiera Pukoki. Oh, he's hit the frame of the goal. Can you believe it? Tutavai almost straight away. There's a few puzzled looks from the Malaysian players here, asking the question how they allowed that to happen. Look at the face of Abdul Qadir. Very unhappy. 9 minutes, 32 seconds left of the first half. Well played by Matana Bauer. Oh, the marking was slack again. Usiera Pukoki.
Yeah, problems for Tahiti with Malaysian players taking up positions wide outside the upright, inside the D.
Abdul Qadir. That's intercepted by Motetino. Well played there. Oh, that's a good ball. Caravera had every right to go for that, and Rosales felt the full force of it. Well, Tahiti have taken a physical approach, Paul, but I don't think that it's in any way illegal. They've just been hard.
Yeah, it's the way they play, isn't it? We've become accustomed to it, and Malaysia perhaps used to more technical styles when they play in their Asian Futsal Championship. But yeah, on that occasion, every right to go for that ball. Yep, Tahiti they do it their own way, and they've had mixed success. Stalemate after 10 minutes. I wouldn't have picked 4 goals this early in the game, but I just sense that Malaysia's movement around that D is causing some problems, and Tahiti have got some work to do here. They're going to let Malaysia have the ball most of the afternoon, that's clear, but whether they can counter this movement is another thing, and the good ball speed just proving a problem at the moment. So we see Bia now up top trying to cope with Abdul Qadir.
Tino, good turn by him. Oh, he's in trouble. He grabbed Abdul Qadir around the waist. He's offered his apologies very quickly. Here, look, he lost it and he grabbed Kaiser Abdul Qadir to prevent him from stealing any further yards on him. Fawzul Mohammed. Abu Hassan. Kaiser Abdul Qadir. Abu Hassan. Tahiti very quickly back into their defensive shape. Fawzul Mohammed makes a darting run forward. Abu Hassan with the first time shot high over the top of Tevaduro's goal frame. Seven minutes 55. A gripping semi-final to bring you from Trust Arena.
Look at Mod Bahrain right there on the line inside the goal. Darts back in again. It's causing a problem for Tahiti. They're not used to this tactic. Kaiha's got his hands full here with Mod Bahrain in behind Tibaduro. Look at this duel going on, if you can see it.
Yeah, it's causing all sorts of problems. Mod Bahrain is going to... oh, and it nearly paid off.
Yep, super stuff there from Malaysia. Smart players, Gordon.
There's the shot, and it was only centimetres away from the foot of Khairul Modbarin. Tahiti will not want to get into sprint duels and doggy runs with these guys. There is only so much of that sort of running that any player can do.
Yeah, you've got to be careful not to be too one-dimensional, and Malaysia really just have the initiative at the moment. Still fair play to Tahiti, 2-2. And an intriguing last half an hour.
Good ball from Alexis Tufa. Malaysia 2, Tahiti 2. Extraordinary scoreline to present to you here at OFC TV. And our YouTube channel, and also through Summit Sports in New Zealand. Free sports for Kiwis. Shot from Zamri was a poor one. Energy levels of Tahiti are really good at the moment, and they'll have to be even better now. Well played by Motetino. That was wonderful defending.
Yeah, and he was excellent 30 seconds earlier too, Gordon, with his defence.
Mohammed. Zamri and Modbarin both entering the D and then vacating just as quickly. The Tahitian shape remains, as does a scoreline of 2-2. Ambia. Barin. Shamsul Zamri. His turn to enter the D. Ambia looking to get involved. Zamri rotating out. It's back with Ambia. Oh, and here he goes. Well, oh, and it was so close. It went through the legs of Pukoki. It was enough to throw Furtis Ambia off his job.
Super work again from Modbarin.
Tahiti on the attack through Pukoki.
So a very interesting game, Gordon. Seem to recall Hitapu Hunter had a background in basketball before futsal, and may have influenced some of his thinking, the way he sets up this defence.
Yes, it's got all the hallmarks of a basketball defensive zone. One player dashes in, then the player to his left and right just holding off. And when the ball transits, so too does the role of the defenders. Shamsul Zamri. Furtis Ambia. Thought about a shot, check back to Zamri.
Now Farahia has to get to grips with Modbarin.
Well, that's broken kindly for Pukoki. Lines up the shot and it's wide. An opportunity for Tahiti. And a timeout is called with 4 minutes and 26 seconds to go before the end of the half. Look at that. Pukoki really needed to get it on target and test the keeper. But there'll be no complaints. Tahiti have done a marvellous job in this first half, and Malaysia hanging in there through 2 goals to Fawzul Mohammed.
Yeah, fascinating encounter. We always knew it would be. We never expected a lot of goals. We've got 4 already, but Tahiti, as we expected, content to let Malaysia have the ball as we have a look at second goal.
Yes, this is Malaysia's second goal. Fawzul Mohammed got a couple of yards of space between Jacob Tutavai and Usiera Pukoki, and made no mistake with the shot.
Pretty tight unit, this Tahitian side. They train twice a day, every day, and they've got big plans. They've got an ambition to go to the next FIFA Futsal World Cup, Colombia 2016.
Well, it could be an interesting next 4 minutes or so before the break. Hope you're enjoying this OFC Futsal Championship Invitational semi-final, the first one of the day. Malaysia 2, Tahiti 2. Azmi Zahari hasn't had as much court time as others in the Malaysian lineup. Let's give him that straight back to Tahiti. Carvera tried to locate Martana Bea, who interestingly enough isn't the skipper today. That's gone to Teva Duro. Well, I think Tahiti might feel entitled to express their grievance here. There were 2 balls on the court. It was very difficult to know which one of them was counted as live, if you like, with the 4-second count taking place. It's academic now, though. They've got some defending to do. Shamsul Zamri trying to craft a gap. Modbarine. Oh, it's in. Oh, no, it's not. It's hit the post. I beg your pardon. Very close. Ferda Zambia at the far post. Look at this. Great work by Khairul Modbarine, and Ferda Zambia got a right foot on it, but it hit the opposite post and ricocheted out.
Yeah, another great ball from Modbarine, wasn't it?
Shamsul Samri, 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the first half. Modbarine fancies a go at Martana Bea. Shamsul Samri picks out Modbarine, and the shot not of his usual high standard. Alexis Tufa. Farahia. Well, Chung wasn't one of the most technically gifted players in the Tahitian set.
No, he needed to stop that ball.
Would Malaysia's approach, Paul, be to pick on one particular Tahitian player for this tactic, or will they just seek to...
I think if Tahiti marking individually, they'll just take... they just want to put one guy... You're talking about in the D there, Gordon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would they want to get a player like Chung isolated? He's not a technically strong player.
I don't think so. I think they'll just look to put the player in there, and whoever's responsibility it is to pick him up will have to deal with it.
Abu Hassan. Fawzul Mohammed back to Abu Hassan. Mohammed has been the danger man for Malaysia. Alexis Tufa battling away, giving nothing. Well, if Malaysia thought the group stage was easy and that today would be similar, they've had another thing coming. Tahiti have thrown their heart into this. And that's a foul on Usiera Pukoki. 45 seconds to go before half-time.
And deadlocked, 2-2 still. And Tahiti buoyed by this first half performance. I spoke to Hitapu Hunter before the game. He looked quietly confident, and I think they've shown they can score goals. They really, against Australia, they were unable to convert their chances. And they've had the lead twice, and they've been pegged back by this Malaysian side. My feeling overall, though, is that this pressure will tell. I just think that for Tahiti to take this approach, it can work sometimes, but I think this Malaysian side is very smart. Looking at the Brazilian coach down there, he's got the tactic board out. He'll have a number of ways at trying to open this particular can of worms, I would think. And already we've seen a shift in the tactics already in this first half. So we'll see how we go with the next 40 seconds or so. They might roll the dice with something different again, but nice work from Tahiti and flying the flag of Oceania against Asia.
44.3 seconds precisely to go before the halftime break. Malaysia 2, Tahiti 2. And is there an upset on the cards? Alexis Tufa's got... Razali lost it. And Apa Chung is on the ball. Alexis Tufa gets him moved on. He wants to have some of that. Oh, and the player you wanted underneath that lofted ball was Motetino, but he caught it and sent it up into the rafters. The seconds counting down.
30 seconds. What can Malaysia conjure up here? A little bit deeper.
They would love to take the lead just before halftime. The psychological edge it would give could be crucial. 16 seconds. Abdul Kadir. No options in front of him. Tahiti have them all marked up. Fawzul Mohammed. Abdul Kadir, 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. That is half-time. Tahiti, the game plan very much effective. The morale sky high, but it's all to do. The Malaysians are trudging off. Their body language telling its own story. Whenever they're up, the Malaysians. And when things haven't gone their way, they've also sort of been able to express that in the way they've carried themselves. And two contrasting sets of body language at the break. So let's take a look at some of the highlights of an intriguing first half. Motetino opened the scoring with a wonderful strike. Look at the turn. He had too much space afforded him by Abu Hassan, and Firdaus Razali never even saw the shot. And Tahiti believed that they were on their way, and then Motetino in error. Fawzul Mohammed, that was a fortunate goal.
It was.
For Malaysia. From a mistake. They can't afford to make too many of those. Fawzul Mohammed couldn't have believed his luck. 1-1. But Malaysia haven't been getting on too well when it's come to conjuring their own. Then this wonderful piece of play. Jacob Tutavai was on the line. He bundled over the cross from Antoine Tave. And Malaysia were rocking. Mohammed couldn't cut out the cross. Razali only managed to get an armpit on it. And Tave, the new man. Then this was could be a match-winning save from the injured goalkeeper, Tava Duro. First shot, he couldn't hold on to it. The second, look at this. It's a sort of a save that can win you a game and win you a semi-final. Abu Hassan then found Fawzul Muhammad, and the marking was not tight enough from Tahiti, and they paid the price, 2-2. And how that stayed out, I will never know. But Khairul Modbarin managed to get a shot in, and Farahia, Mana Farahia, did enough to put off Ferdas Ambia, and the ball hit the post and was cleared. There are our French-speaking colleagues who are taking the match to Tahiti. And from your English-speaking commentators, Gordon Glenn Watson and Paul Tui, will rejoin you in 5 or 6 minutes' time for the second half of the first semi-final. Until then, I'll see you later. Welcome back to Truss Arena. Half-time in the first semi-final between Malaysia and Tahiti. It's 2-2, and the Haramau Malaya, the majestic tiger of Malaysia, has got some work in front of it if it's to advance to the final against either Australia or New Zealand. That game coming up here on OFC TV at 8 o'clock local time. That's New Zealand local time. But before then, we've got a match on our hands. Tahiti matching it at the moment with Malaysia, at least in terms of the scoreline. They've taken a battering in terms of the shots on target. They've managed 8 to Malaysia's 37. Can you believe that? 37 shots on goal for Malaysia, 15 off target, 14 blocked, and 6 saved and 2 goals. We'll discuss those finer points of the match with Paul Tui very shortly. As you see Scott Gilligan making a few notes of his own in the background. There is Jakob Sincora off to your left, one of the futsal whites. He's going to be part of a New Zealand side that has to go up against Australia in search of its first ever win over the Futsal Roos. Tahiti taking their time to rejoin us. Hey, Tapu Hunter making the most of the half-time break to keep his team focused. Here are the goals from an interesting first half. Motetino, that's a wonderful strike. It was intercepted by Alexis Tufa, and Motetino slammed it home. The technique was excellent, the power unstoppable. But then Motetino was a hero turned villain. His wayward pass straight into the path of Fawzul Mohammed, and he toe-poked this one beyond Teva Duro, who could hardly do anything about that. Look at this. No chance. But Tahiti have resilience, and that was very much to the fore here. Antoine Tave working hard to get to the byline. Managed to get past Fawzul Mohammed. Razali could only get one touch on it, and Jacob Tutavai was there to stab it home with the right foot. 2-1 Tahiti. Abu Hassan then picked out Fawzul Mohammed, and with the first touch guided it between the legs of Teva Duro. The marking uncharacteristically slack from Tahiti, but they're still very much in this game. Paul Tui, you have a raft of statistics perhaps that could shine a light on the action that we've witnessed, and perhaps give an indication as to what pattern's going to emerge in the second half. Yeah,
looking at shots for a start, Gordon, Malaysia had 37 shots in the first half. Tahiti had 8. Malaysia 15 off target, 14 blocked, 6 saved and 2 goals. Tahiti had 4 off target, 1 blocked, 1 saved and 2 goals. So 37-8 says it all really. But a lot of blocks, and yeah, big task ahead for Tahiti to keep Malaysia out. But I think be interesting to see what Malaysia try to do that's a bit different. They may have to be a bit quicker with their movement in that final third.
Duro clipped forward. Oh, and a chance for Malaysia to counter-attack. Good first touch. Modbarin, good save by Duro. Modbarin's first touch, it was silken-like.
Yeah, took him away from the defender, as a good first touch always should. And a good save by the injured Tahitian custodian.
Kaiser Abdul Qadir. Khairul Modbarin, Abu Hassan. Abu Hassan again. Composure key here for Malaysia if they're going to crack this nut. Oh, and straight into the hands of Duro. Tries to get something going through Alexis Tufa. Motetino breaks forward. Fouled by Modbarin. So Malaysia going to give something back here in terms of the physical element of this match. Abdul Qadir. Pace just dropping off for the moment.
Yeah, it's a bit slow, and I think the movement's been good for Malaysia, but I'd personally like to see their players coming to meet the ball just to get the tempo up and just move the Tahitian side around a bit. But well done, Tahiti. A good sound start to the second half. Only a minute gone, but settling into their work nicely. And Malaysia with plenty to do here to break this stubborn line 3 defence.
If the scores are locked at the end of 40 minutes, there will be 2 spells of 5 minutes extra time. And then if we're still all square, it's a penalty shootout. Still a long way to go before we contemplate that scenario. Motetino. That's a foul. Well, the foul count starting to go up in favour of Tahiti here. And the first half, Malaysia were very much second best in those stakes. Tavari Kaiha was bundled over by Fawzul Mohammed. It's a corner for Tahiti. Encouraging signs here that the side from French Polynesia are going to make a fist of this.
Yes, I think they'd be happier with the opening 2 minutes than Malaysia will be.
Oh, and that was a poor one. Abdul Qadir, Malaysia want to break quickly here. There's an injured player. Abu Hassan is down. Well, he got his foot caught up, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Might be the ribs that have taken most of the blow. Sore kidney, perhaps.
Just looking at some more stats that the technical study group have provided, Gordon. Modbarin, 13 shots, 6 off target, 4 blocked and 3 saved. So a real key man for this Malaysian side as they try to break down this Tahitian defence. Modbarin going into the D now.
Fadzil is on for Abu Hassan. That shot hitting Motetino, chance to break again for Tahiti. Well, they're rushing forward in numbers, but it's not really in a coordinated fashion. It's more in hope than well conceived.
Yeah. Yes, it's definitely an area they can improve on. That deep block defence is great, but you need to be able to counter-attack and have an option either side, and most of all it's the speed of that transition that's required, and at the moment Tahiti, it's not the best aspect of their game.
Tave hits the rigging. He's taken out of commission for now. He wasn't out for too long. He made a lung-bursting run. There is a shot from Shamsul Zamri.
Big difference the way Malaysia got forward just then. As you saw Modbarin pick up the ball wide on the left, he cut in, so he had an option either side of him, and it was very quick. He ended up taking the shot himself, but just so fluid.
That's clever play from Khairul Modbarin. I think he teased Martana Bea with a hint that he might be able to nick this, and then decided, well, I'm going to go with the momentum and I'll get a free kick. That's in stark contrast to the first half where he was getting battered from pillar to post. So he's had a good hard think about this, Modbereen. Shamar Fadzil. Fazil Mohammed. Modbereen uncharacteristically takes a huge swing and a miss. Well, Tahiti's spear point blunted for now. Good save by Duro. Kaiha. He's lost out. Martana Bea intercepts. There's another foul. And a card to come. Yellow card for Tevari Kaiha. Just these niggly off-the-ball fouls costing Tahiti at the moment. Zamri, haven't seen much of him in this game. Mohammed. Zamri. Modbereen, they've let him go a long way.
Still feel it needs to be quicker from Malaysia, Gordon, if they want to break this Tahitian side down. They're coping well at the moment. Of course, there's always a chance of a deflection or a lucky break, but by and large, Tahiti coping well.
Oh, good save by Duro. He must have seen that late. Well, this has been a semi-final that has been played out on the magnetic tactics board.
And again, if you contrast it from the earlier game, Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, fast, open game. It's almost like the two different sports.
Yes, it's a realistic appraisal of the different teams' respective strengths and weaknesses here. Tahiti not dressing this one up as anything that it's not meant to be. They're simply acknowledging that they're an excellent defensive side. Their best hope is a counter-attack. Tave with the long-range shot, not enough power. 14 minutes and 18 seconds of the second half to go. Malaysia 2, Tahiti 2. Modbereen trying to work himself into space. Alexis Tufa panicked a little bit and toe poked it out.
Former Tahitian and current futsal white coach Scott Gilligan over the other side there. A very interested spectator, I'd say, Gordon.
Oh, that could have ended up anywhere. Pukoki back in the action for Tahiti. Shamsul Samri. Oh, and that was desperate stuff from Kaviera. Well, Tahiti just want to switch on a little bit. They've got a little bit loose with the ball in possession, and that can easily creep into the defensive shape. We saw that towards the end of the first half when Fazil Mohammed equalised. It's from breakdown play like that that Tahiti seem to find themselves vulnerable. Shimar Fadzil. Ferris Amia. Modali. Ferris Ambia. Thought about a toe poke. Duro's snuffed most of the power out of that shot and grabbed it at the second bite. Kavera was looking for a run from Tufa to perhaps be able to thread a pass through to him. Well, Jacob Tutavai was looking for some movement from Usiera Pukoki. There is the save from Duro. Tino, that's a good turn. Shimar Fadzil spotted the danger and gave Shamsul Zamri some assistance.
It's good Tahiti up this end. I thought someone was going to turn the lights up down this end, Gordon.
Martanabea. Tahiti filter back into their own half to defend this Malaysian counter-attack. Shamsul Samri. Fadzil. Oh, Modali. Duro.
It's a good ball though.
Trying to grab that ball like a cake of slippery soap. Nizam Modali had to do some aerial defending. There was the shot. Look, it bobbled out of Duro's grasp and he got it eventually. Pukoki. Oh, and runs out of court space. So 11 minutes, 51 seconds to go. Malaysia 2, Tahiti 2. Ambia. Modali. Oh, hits the crossbar. Well, straight from the toe poke. Now Martanabea. His toe poke. Razali with a good save. End-to-end stuff. Jacob Tutavai is going to... well, it wasn't a great ball in the end. He probably had a better option with Martanabea on halfway. Shimar Fadzil. Blocked again. Usiera Pukoki. Well, maybe the call's gone up that the technique that's going to win this is one of these punch kick toe pokes. Motetino doesn't want to get caught out twice in this game. Well, Malaysia don't agree with that call.
Back they come, 4 fouls now.
Motetino, he's got past. Oh, and a counter-attack from Malaysia. Jacob Tutavai has it now. Malaysia are deep in their own territory. This could suit Tahiti. Usieri. Martanabea. Pukoki rushed it rather. Well, Paul, this is delicately poised, isn't it?
It sure is. Tahiti just lacking attacking players the calibre of Lialafa and Osafello we saw in the previous game, but I'll tell you what, Gordon, if they could conjure up someone like that from French Polynesia, they would be even more effective than what they are now. Doing well at 2-2, but just sense it's going to be difficult for them to score. Perhaps a penalty shootout is their best bet, but far too early to be talking about that with just under 10 minutes left and possibly extra time beckoning. Fawzul Mohamed's going to be yellow carded.
All it takes is one mistake from Malaysia on defence, and they could concede. The longer this game remains locked level, the more Malaysia are going to run the risk of coughing up a goal. Oh, and it's Tahiti. They're in trouble.
Great work from Duro, injured or not. Fantastic save.
There were claims of a handball outside of the D from Khairul Modbarin, and Firdaus Ambia fell on deaf ears.
Must be close to 20 blocked shots by Tahiti now in this game.
Abdul Qadir. Tufa clipped forward. Ambia had to provide defensive cover. That was nearly a fatal mistake. It did hit the hand, I tell you. The right hand of Teva Duro. But it happened so quickly. The referee didn't spot it, fortunately for Tahiti. Jacob Tutavai. Oh, good header. There was time for a touch from Michel Maihuri. Eight minutes 33 to go. Look at this. Motatino with a header. Oh, maybe there wasn't the space to take a touch. There was no luxury of time there. Modbarin. Mohammed. Zamri. Abdul Qadir. Zamri. Modbarin. Mohammed. 7 minutes 52 seconds left in the match. Malaysia trying to prise open this Tahitian defence. Alexis Tufa. Fascinating joust. Kokoki is adjudged, no sorry, that's Anapa Chung, who's the guilty party in the concession of the foul. Just tried to gain the 1 yard advantage on Mohammed, and in the process clipped his ankles and he fell. The clock ticking down. The tension building. The less time there is on the clock, the better for Tahiti and their hopes. They, as Paul pointed out before, might view a penalty shootout as their best opportunity for advancing. Oh, and a chance for Modbarin. Red shirts back in numbers.
Yeah, Coach Etapu Hunter said to me yesterday the objective of the week for Tahiti was to play the two Asian sides. Well, they've certainly done that, and I guess anything on top of that is a bonus. The result against Australia today, he was pretty happy. Yesterday was pretty happy with that, 2-0, and they've done plenty here as we see Teva Duro go down again, and that might be the finish because he was on crutches yesterday. But yeah, perhaps a penalty shootout or something else. 6 minutes 33 left, and he's done very well today, Teva Duro. He's obviously in quite a lot of pain, and he may have just activated that injury again. Hope he's okay though, but yep, pretty tight stuff here today, Gordon.
Well, he doesn't want to sustain any lasting damage, Teva Duro. He's got 6 minutes 27 seconds to see his side through. Before extra time, Motatino might lay that off, and the shot from Antoine Tave, more of a threat to the flags at the back of the goal frame than the goal frame itself, as you can see there. Abdul Qadir. Fawzil Mohammed. Two goals for Fawzil Mohammed today. There's a chance for Abdul Qadir. Quickly shut down by Antoine Tave. Nizam Mod Ali. Space starting to appear here. And there's a shot, and good save by Duro. He got his fingers on it. Look at that. It's fired him up, and he's inspired his team with 5 minutes 44 seconds on the clock to go. That was going in too. Well, he doesn't like jumping, does he?
No,
he's in real discomfort.
He's potentially got a penalty shootout to get through as well.
Bayer taking a big risk.
Well, a big year for Tahiti, Gordon. Obviously the Confederations Cup and the Beach Soccer World Cup. The Tiki Toa team is shaping up to be real contenders in Tahiti in September. And now it looks like we're witnessing, more contenders really in the form of this futsal team over the next couple of years, with Solomon Islands looking vulnerable. They beat New Zealand 3-0 in April. And you wouldn't rule out Tahiti perhaps being favourites to be the next representative at the FIFA Futsal World Cup in 2016. I think if they can find some couple of really good attacking players, they will be very, very tough to beat. But at the moment, for me, on counter-attack, just something lacking a bit.
Yes, it's a blunt instrument, isn't it, that they take into most games, Tahiti, in terms of their attacking capacity, and it's certainly been the case in previous matches, particularly against Australia. Today, you mentioned the statistic at halftime of 8 shots on goal and 2 goals. I mean, it roughly equates to 1 in every 4 shots going in today. That's got to be a record for Tahiti. It's almost prolific by any measurement.
Look at this in the D now. Very tight.
Koki with the header. Away from Fadzil. Tino. Just rushing that final ball.
Fadzil really forcing the issue in the D. Standing in front of Duro now.
Well, Paul, another element that I've noticed for me, Malaysia's starting to get frustrated.
Yep.
As the clock ticks down. 3 minutes 58. Tahiti breaking. Oh, and that was nicked off the foot by Fadzil. Kaiha. Tufa. Well, the foul count sits at 3 each. 3 minutes 40 seconds to go. Flipped into Pukoki. That's a foul. Nizam Mod Ali concedes it.
He did well against the big man. But, yeah, the foul given away. But, yeah, I think you're right. I think Malaysia have been frustrated this afternoon. We always knew the approach that Tahiti would take. But, again, they've had most of the ball. But I just wonder about some of that movement, whether there's been enough speed, whether they've met the ball quickly enough. It's just been a bit pedestrian at times, and sometimes it's good to take a conservative approach. If you've got the ball the whole time, you can bank on creating perhaps enough openings to hopefully score a goal, and you don't want to roll the dice too much and risk the counter-attack. But I think you can roll the dice against Tahiti because their counter-attacking hasn't been anything like, for instance, what Malaysia's can be, that quick transition. But very interesting last 3.5 minutes, and I think things are with Tahiti at the moment. I got a feeling about them. I have done all along, and yeah, we'll see.
Three minutes, 34 seconds on the clock. Tahiti 2, Malaysia 2. They have a free kick. Razali has set a two-man wall. He's pulled Shamar Fadzil and Fawzul Mohammed just off to the left. Usiera Pukoki is in the goal frame. Oh, it wasn't far away, was it, Paul? That was so close.
That was nearly the moment, wasn't it?
Very nearly the moment. Look at that, it just whizzed past the upright. There was only 1.5 yards in it.
This man on the ball still got plenty to offer, I think. Mod Bahrain just directing traffic here on this near side.
Mod Ali, that was an intelligent pass. Just trying a different weight on the short ball into the D for Fadzil. I wonder if he tries it again. Checks. Comes back to Mod Bahrain. Mohammed. Nizam Mod Ali, there is that short pass, a good turn. Excellent defending again. This time it's Gabi Carvera. 2 minutes 55 on the clock. Good save by Duro. Razali takes it in his hands, sets the counter-attack off. Mod Bahrain, there's a switch. Mod Ali, good tackle from Carvera. Toe poke forward, too far, and a chance for Pukoki. He's missed it. The chance to take the lead is spurned. 2 minutes 33 seconds to go. Tahiti knocking on the door.
Yeah, Tahiti's 17th shot of the game. Malaysia have had 60, Gordon.
Incredible statistics. Good save by Duro. And I'll tell you why, because Pukoki hadn't picked up Mohammed. He had stolen about 2 yards. You'll have a look at it here. The number 10 in the picture to the left was not marked. If Duro hadn't got a foot on that, it would have been a tap in at the far post. Here is Mohammed. Duro, no targets to hit, goes for a somewhat ambitious kick. That would have been embarrassing for Razali had it been on target, potentially, but no dice for Teva Duro. A minute, 46 seconds to go. Zamri. Nizam Mod Ali. Shamsul Samri. They've had a little bit more success with these balls that have been measured and stroked into the pivot rather than trying to bash them in. Oh, good save, Duro again. Well, he's having a hero's game this evening. A minute, 6 seconds. Shamsul Samri, the shot. Four fouls up for Malaysia. 59 seconds, 59.7 seconds precisely left in normal time. Malaysia 2, Tahiti 2. Farahia has been substituted in. Now, he's a man who is overdue a goal for Tahiti.
Yes, he hasn't been on much today, Gordon.
Pukoki.
Good take.
Oh, there it is. Rosali's identified the danger and come out for it. Farahia doesn't have the opportunity to shoot. 47.1 seconds to go. Shamsul Samri. A little bit of gamesmanship going on here in the dying moments. Malaysia wouldn't want to lose it here. Pukoki. Martinabaya. Good save by Rosali. Farahia has hit the crossbar. Can you believe it? 37.3 seconds on the clock. Well, I felt he was due a goal. That might well have been the moment. Malaysia, can they punish Tahiti for that crucial miss? 24 seconds to go. Well, Malaysia won't want to risk losing it from this point. Maybe they'll wait till the final 10 seconds and pop the ball into the D. Tino is marking Shamsul Zamri as tight as he can. 9 seconds, 8, chipped in. Malaysia, 4 seconds. Farahia, oh, he's given it straight to Modbereen. Full time in the semi-final. Well, what an exciting match that was, and there's more to come. Extra time to be played, 2 periods of extra time, 5 minutes each way. And hats off to Tahiti. There's been a number of heroes in their ranks tonight. Paul, your assessment?
Yeah, Gordon, definitely some heroes out there. They've had a couple of late chances. Could have won it, Farahia in particular, with that shot on the turn hitting the crossbar. But regardless of what happens from here on in, Tahiti have announced their arrival big time at this tournament. They've been very promising through the group phase, and in this semi-final you wouldn't rule out them going to all the way to the final. Malaysia working furiously around the tactics board now as the Brazilian technical advisor. He's got magnets everywhere, and very interesting to hear what he's got to say. But yeah, it's hard to pick from here, isn't it? I think Malaysia have been a little bit slow. They've had the ball a lot of the time. They've had over 60 shots, but they just haven't been able to make it count. And for me, just they're a developing side, but I think perhaps a more experienced side would have upped the tempo a bit with that amount of ball. But we'll see how it pans out over the next 5 minutes.
That was an incredible moment when Mana Farahia hit the crossbar. I tell you, with 30 seconds left on the clock, 33 seconds left to play. There's some sore legs out there. Look at the sock of Teva Duro. It's been ripped open. And you can see the size of his ankle, the left ankle, the swelling just in and around the Nike tick.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable today. He's a real warrior, Duro. He was a hero 2 years ago. I remember a fantastic game in Suva when Tahiti managed to keep Solomon Islands to a 1-0 victory. Very similar game. Solomon Islands had the ball pretty much the whole game, and it was only a late goal that enabled Solomon Islands to get the victory. And Teva Duro was in goal that day, but he's also featured as an outfield player for this Tahitian side. The final of that same championship, he scored 1, maybe even 2 in that 6-4 loss against Solomon Islands. So it's always been a dilemma for Tapu Hunter whether to have him in goal or in the outfield, but certainly proved his worth today.
Well, another semi-final to bring you later this evening. It's the Trans-Tasman derby clash between Australia's Futsal Roos and New Zealand's Futsal Whites. That match kicks off at 8 p.m. here at Trust Arena, so if you're at a loose end in your Friday evening, come down and support the local side if that's your inclination, and of course your persuasion. If you're an Australian, come down and support the Futsal Roos. As we have a look at the Tahitian team, just some opportunity for reflection before the action gets real again.
Tapu Hunter just weaving his magic with the side as they lie down on the court with their legs up, talking quietly, encouraging them. He's He's a good coach, this guy. He's going to feature quite a lot, I think, over the next few years on the Oceania scene.
Well, there was a moment where we held our breath. Duro looked as though he had handled this. Take a look, right hand, there. Wasn't spotted by the officials. Tahiti breathed a sigh of relief. Then another moment of anxiety, but fortunately, or unfortunately, it didn't matter. That was close. This was a free kick by Alexis Tufa. All it needed was a scissor kick, and it was in the back of the net. Rosali forced into a good save. This was intelligent from Motatino, and then 33 seconds on the clock. Farahia scooped it against the face of the crossbar.
What's your pick in the late game, Gordon? New Zealand, Australia. How do you see that one panning out?
I think it's an opportunity for the Futsal Whites to put some pressure on the Futsal Roos in under a match condition they haven't met them in yet. In a one-off game, anything's possible. Tahiti are proving that here tonight. I think the Futsal Whites have got a chance, but having said that, I think the quality in the Australian side, I think despite having a raft of new players in the Futsal Roos, I think they've just got a little bit more quality, and I would favour Australia to make it to the final, but I don't think it's going to be a case of Australia cruising it.
No, not like last Sunday, 7-0 it was, and earlier in that series 3-0 and 4-0. But Futsal Whites have to find a way to score against these Australians. They've managed to do it against everyone else this week, but bit of a bogey team, Australia. They'll need to pull something out of the bag as Tahiti come back on court to join Malaysia for what's sure to be, I guess, more of the same.
Tevaduro is limping, no surprise there. He's got another 10 minutes or so to get through. Tahiti have come this far. Can they go further? There's no questioning the character. Have they got the resilience to take it? Oh, that's a good turn. Corner. Well, the foul count as well, by the way, Paul, does it remain the same?
Yes.
So 4 for Malaysia, 3 for Tahiti. 4 minutes 51 to go. That's a good turn by Tutavai. 2 seconds. Rahia for Tufa. Tino, fast footwork from him. Tufa. Farahia. Tahiti opening up a little bit. Tutavai looking to clip it into the D. And Farahia was just lurking behind Mohammed, waiting for a misjudgment in the header. Duro's going to need a hand here. He's virtually playing off one leg. Fadzil. Abdul Qadir with a turn. Farahia was forced into a foul. He got the wrong side of Abdul Qadir. Foul count now even for each.
And the flying goalkeeper in for Malaysia.
So Malaysia.
Samri.
Good save by Duro. Oh. Farahia's eyes lit up. There was no goalkeeper in place, of course. So this could be a very long 4 minutes for Tahiti. But the teasing, the temptation of the counter-attack against undefended Malaysian goal net is going to also test their sense of judgment. Malaysia still have it. 3 minutes 36 seconds of the first half. Well, ironically, oh, and it's broken for Modbarin. Farahia.
Great tackle.
That was real body on the line stuff from Mana Farahia.
Interesting, Gordon. Malaysia should go with the flying goalkeeper. They've been deadlocked for 30 minutes, but they wait till extra time to do it.
Well played. Jacob Tutavai, for me, has had a great game for Tahiti. Moto Tino's going to stand out. Martana Bea, that's ambitious in the extreme. 3 minutes 15. Abdul Qadir, the flying goalkeeper, is employed by Malaysia. They have 5 players, all 5 players inside the Tahitian half. Trying to gain centimetres. Oh, Motatino was held back. Hey, Tapu Hunter saw it. And under the circumstances, with the flying goalkeeper employed, you can understand why Hunter is so aggravated. Abdul Qadir. Zamri. 2 minutes 29 seconds to go. Can Malaysia crack open this wall of defenders?
I don't know if they can, looking at this.
Oh, I tell you, Tahiti have got an opportunity before them. They could pinch this. Some tired legs out there. We've been going for around 45 minutes. Duro, that was brave. Well, you want to... Kavera, good defending by Abu Hassan.
Is it too late to slip Duro into our all-star team?
Look, he's had an incredible game. He's more or less playing with ligament damage. He was on crutches yesterday, and he's thrown those away to play in goal for his country in a semi-final of a major international tournament. And a couple of times he's had to come and take an aerial ball, which means jumping and landing on the injured leg. He's thrown his body on the line. There was one save in the first half of normal time that was just extraordinary. And ironically, I just wonder if he's even able to kick the length of this court into an empty net. Oh, a chance! Still going, it's in! Malaysia have broken the deadlock at long last.
And it's Modbarin.
Khairul Modbarin has put the majestic Tigers in front. He just scooped it over the top of Martana Bea. And now Tahiti have to come after it. They have to chase. They've got less than 6 minutes left to do it.
And will they employ the flying goalkeeper themselves? I've never seen them do it.
Well, no rush now for Malaysia. Kokoki. Martana Bea still going. Cuts it back and defended well by Abu Hassan. Through the legs of Kokoki. Tahiti still going. Well, the decision goes against Tahiti. Much to the disappointment of the majority of supporters here who are...
Not sure there was much in that one, Gordon.
No, it does seem as if Tahiti were unlucky in this particular call. Tufa. 11 seconds to go in the first half of extra time. Khairul Modbaring, the difference between these two sides. 2 seconds left. Tahiti will have to press. Half time and extra time. Malaysia 3, Tahiti 2.
They will indeed have to press, and as we go to the half-time break in extra time, I'm very curious to see if Hetapu Hunter's got anything else up his sleeve. Has he got a flying goalkeeper in that pack somewhere, someone who can trust with leaving the goal empty? As we have a look at the go-ahead goal from Modbarin.
So close. Martana Bea must have had a good view of this as it disappeared over. Look, oh, and I think Duro might have even got a hand on it. Look at what it means to them. Malaysia, the majestic Tigers.
Australia have arrived for their semi-final.
Well, the majestic Tigers of Malaysia lead Tahiti by 3 goals to 2. Second period of extra time. Have Tahiti got one more goal in them. 4 minutes, 43 seconds. Duro. Motetino. He is the Tahitian hope. Alexis Tufa. Antoine Tave. That's a good ball. Pakoki. Chance. Goal! Can you believe it? Tahiti have drawn level. Antoine Tave equalises.
A wry smile from the Brazilian technical advisor of the majestic Tigers, but deserved by Tahiti. Good attack, 3-3.
Great work by Pakoki. Rosali, the goalkeeper, came out and it ballooned up, and Antoine Tave arrived at the top of the D to slam it into the back of the net.
Good composure from Tave.
4 minutes, 13 seconds. Malaysia 3, Tahiti 3. The flying goalkeeper back in action for Malaysia, so they have 5 in the Tahitian half. There is an undefended Malaysian goal frame sitting at the other end of Trust Arena. Tahiti, a study of concentration. Good save by Duro. He's lost a shoe.
Just preventing Duro from punting the ball down to the other end.
Duro's in some discomfort too. It's not the injured leg. 3 minutes 44 seconds on the clock. Malaysia 3, Tahiti 3. There are 4 fouls apiece. What a game. What an absolute joy to call for you on OFC TV via the YouTube channel and Summit Sports, free sports for Kiwis. Just think 2 or 3 years ago we would have all been deprived of the opportunity to witness a game like this. And here we are, enjoying it, enjoying the tussle between 2 very different sides, but with the same prize up for grabs, a place in the final. Well, there's a conference going on between the match officials. Need to get things moving here. Kaiha. On the volley, blocked by Nizam Modali. 3 minutes 31. Oh, Motitino's got the turn in. Good save by Razali.
Yeah, Tino again, the danger man. Great pivot work. Nice turn and getting the shot away quickly. Australia are supposed to be getting changed in the dressing room, but they can't take their eyes off this game, all standing down in that corner where the corner is being taken.
Well, there was hands in the back from Michel Maihuri.
Back to the fifth man, flying goalkeeper in. Zamri for Malaysia.
Tahiti sitting deep, as expected. Here's Zamri. 3 minutes 17. The clock ticks. It's been a massive year for Tahitian football and the national governing body with the FIFA Confederations Cup, and now the futsal side taking on one of the best or better teams in Asia, Malaysia. And then of course the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup is coming up in September, but they've got some defending to do here. Over the top, 2 minutes 52 to go. Flying goalkeeper back in for Malaysia. Keep you up to date with that every time it happens. That wasn't far away, was it? Mohammed. Oh, and Duro sends it into the rafters. They're going to restart on approximately halfway. Duro had to save that. Modbarine had just appeared out of his peripheral vision. It could have taken a touch and ended up in the back of the net. Abu Hassan now has the flying goalkeeper's jersey, not Shamsul Zamri. Ambia might think of having a crack here. 2 minutes 13 seconds. Penalty shootout now starting to become an increasing possibility. Teva Duro, the goalkeeper, is the walking wounded. He's got ankle ligament damage. He could barely walk yesterday. I just wonder if Tahiti do get through, whether or not he would appear in the final. I'm sure he would press the issue regardless. Abu Hassan. The match has come to a standstill. 1 minute 45 to play. Mohammed. There's activity in the Tahitian D in the shape of... There's the toe poke, there's a header and a chance still on. Tave. 1 minute 29. Well, I thought when Khairul Modbarine scored that there'd be no way back for Tahiti at 3-2. Antoine Tave proved me wrong. And now we ask the question, can Tahiti go further? Can they make the final? Martana Bay not having any of it. Flying goalkeeper back in for Malaysia. 1 minute 11 seconds to play. Ambia. Abu Hassan. Mohammed. "52 seconds. Shot high over the top. Oh, and he's knocked it high over the top. The goal frame goes over. We're going to pause so that the goal frame can be reset. That was a good kick from Duro. It was off target. And Gabby Carvera knocked it over and then landed on the top of an opponent. 46.2 seconds left. It was Ambia, the unfortunate player, that had to take the full weight of Gabby Carvera. Match officials scrambling to make sure that the goal frame is back in place. Tutavai. Tufa, a reliable figure. 33.6 seconds left in the match.
Looks like we're heading to penalties, Gordon. Tahiti have been here before against New Zealand, 2011 in the OFC Futsal Championship in Suva. However, one last chance for Malaysia.
Duro throws it in the corner. 18 seconds exactly left on the clock. 16. 10 seconds less. 7. 6.5 takes a deflection. It's a corner. 4.5 seconds left. Malaysia have a corner. They've got the flying goalkeeper up, so there's 5 Malaysian players in the Tahitian half. 1.1 seconds left to play. Duro, that's it. Extra time is over. Motetino hits the post with a toe poke. There's smiles down there in the Tahitian team, and Malaysia have battled hard to try and prize open this Tahitian side. They haven't managed to do it. But we're going to a penalty shootout. And Paul, you say that Tahiti have previous for this element of futsal.
Yes, indeed. 2011 against New Zealand. I think it was 3-3 in the semi-final for the World Cup qualifier. And on that occasion, they won it. So yeah, I mean, different story here, but they look pretty happy. I think they'll feel as though they've done enough to satisfy themselves in terms of their long-term objective, which is qualifying for the World Cup in 2016. But hopefully some highlights coming up. Kaiha, the man in 2011 who scored the winner from the shootout.
So a lot to mull over as we wait for the penalty shootout to commence. Teva Duro has played an amazing game for Tahiti tonight. This was the moment I thought Malaysia had clinched it. Modbarin just lofting it over the top of Martanabea and Teva Duro. 3-2 for Malaysia. Look at the face of Shamsul Zamri, Abu Hassan, Abdul Qadir, and then Antoine Tave. Slammed it between the legs of Ambia for 3-3. So Tevaduro has an opportunity to become a hero.
Yeah, and already something of a hero, isn't he? Fancy that, looking at him hobbling around on crutches this time yesterday. And out of action, but back in to do a fantastic job for Tahiti today here in Auckland.
So Paul, how does a penalty shootout in futsal work?
Same as football, Gordon. 5 penalty kicks each from the 6 metre penalty mark. So from the top of the D there, rather than the 10 metres. So they'll take consecutive kicks, and if it's deadlocked after 5 kicks, it's sudden death. Now, I believe you won't have had to have been on the court prior to the whistle to take a kick. Anyone in the team is eligible. So, yeah, same situation as football, and you tend to see more go in here because you're closer, and players often like to just slam it in. And so we'll see how we go here. Very interesting, and new for a lot of this audience that have turned up today that won't have seen a futsal penalty shootout before, but I can assure you it's just as nerve-wracking as the football counterpart.
So is it power over placement? You mentioned that most players do tend to hit it as hard as they can. There's no limitation on their run-up?
No, it tends to be power, but yeah, you always see something a little bit different as well. Like most of the time, players go high into the corners. Hopefully a nice little crowd building up for the 8 o'clock game, Gordon.
That's right, that match coming to you from Trust Arena, 8 p.m. Australia versus New Zealand in the second semi-final of the OFC Futsal Championship Invitational 2013. There are refreshments available here, food and drink, and as you've just witnessed here on OFC TV via our YouTube channel and Summit Sports, it's been an exciting match. And I'm pretty sure that Australia and New Zealand are going to serve up something similar. Tahiti have the first kick. Ferdiz Razali, the Malaysian captain, has the task of trying to stop an Alexis Tufa penalty. Tufa, with his hand strapped after picking up an injury, has a chance, and he scores it. Tahiti 1 to the good. Abu Hassan against Tevaduro. Can he produce a miracle? Not this time. It's one each. Antoine Tave. Next up for Tahiti. Razali coming out to engage in some gamesmanship, perhaps. Antoine Tave's already beaten him once. Can he make it 2? No, he can't. It strikes Razali high in the chest and it ricochets to safety. Advantage falls to Malaysia. Shamsul Samri with an opportunity to give Malaysia the lead. Tevaduro, with his country's hopes on his shoulders. He stops it. He denies Zamri.
Terrific save.
Incredible stuff. Tevare Kaiha.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Kaiha is the man who put the winning penalty away against New Zealand 2 years ago.
He doesn't make eye contact with Razali.
I seem to recall an extra long run up from Kaiha as well. I wonder if he's retained that for this one. And he went low.
Kaiha, his country's hopes with him, his teammates' hopes, and he scores. Razali got a hand on him, but it wasn't enough. Tahiti 2-1 up in the shootout. Azmi Zahari, who we haven't seen too much of throughout this tournament, is charged with taking the next penalty kick for Malaysia. And Teva Duro getting a big hand here from some of the crowd. Good penalty kick. Azmi Zahari makes no mistake. We're still level. 2 each.
Yes, some vocal support from the Vanuatu players, I think, and perhaps some Kurukuru in there as well.
Gabby Carvera steps up, naturally left-footed. Razali against Carvera, he's hit the crossbar. Shamar Fadzil can hand the initiative to the majestic Tigers. Teva Duro, has he got some more courage and heroism left in the locker? No, he doesn't, not this time. Malaysia are 3-2 up in the shootout. Your scoreboard graphics not right. It says 3-3. Motetino has to score this to keep Tahiti in it, and he does. Malaysia 3, Tahiti 3. Fawzul Mohammed against Teva Duro. It's a short run up and he scores. Malaysia advance on penalties. Tahiti go out. But what a game, Paul. That was fantastic.
It was fantastic and a great advertisement for futsal. You know, a growing sport around the world and somewhat new to audiences here in New Zealand. And yeah, fantastic effort from Tahiti. And hats off to Malaysia. Well done. They kept their nerve. They kept their composure. And they'll have a good rest tonight, back for the final. And we'll see who it's going to be, New Zealand or Australia.
Well, some fantastic action to call for you in the first semi-final. Let's hope the second lives up to the same levels of entertainment. And as you can see there, plenty of goodwill and feeling between these two sides. They've served up an absolute thriller. 4-3-2, Malaysia on penalties. And a brave showing from Tahiti as well. They've upheld the Oceania flag against an opponent from the AFC. And the majestic Tiger has roared here at Trust Arena. They've had to fight for it. They had to show resilience. And in the end, perhaps that mental strength and technical superiority told. But there's no shame in defeat here for Tahiti. They've performed with pride and courage themselves. I'm Gordon Glenn Watson, and on behalf of Paul Tui We'll take a break now for an hour and then rejoin us at 8 o'clock New Zealand local time for the second semi-final, New Zealand versus Australia, here on OFC TV through our YouTube channel and Summit Sports. Until then, goodbye.